Well, we are talking about gold prices, and that clearly has been a headline for all of 2025 till time, clearly outperforming various other asset classes. And the way things are, we are looking at higher and higher numbers coming in from there. Dileep, this one is to you. When we look at gold prices from where they are, and if we are anticipating higher prices from here, what is the impact on an average consumer in India? Are we looking at gold in sense of an investment? Are people going for more ETFs? Is it lightweight jewelry? Is it low caratage jewelry that's doing better?
Well, the pattern seems to be, changing a bit on when it comes to a retailer. Yes, definitely the people who, as I told you, been waiting to buy would look at dips and definitely buy at on various levels. But maybe in terms of weight, damages they might reduce for this lower middle, or I would say the middle class segment may the weight might come down because of the price going up. But overall, the ETFs are definitely growing. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The investment bars are going in very well. But it all matters about at what levels the buying happens. Once the marriage season starts, especially in South, those buyings are yet pending. That's going to start in very soon. So it is based on the dips that people are going to buy. Yes, definitely the weights, in terms of grammage, it might reduce a little bit here and there for the reason why, because the price has gone up. But the retailers are still going to be purchasing gold on different various levels.
Dileep, I have a follow-up question on that. We've seen a lot of retail chains go for expansions, and that really means more inventory, more gold buying. And in Maharashtra, we've seen the stamp duty go higher as well. So that's about rentals and getting places. And there's a lot of factors in play here. How would you deal with something like that?
Well, Manisha, the expansion means, the more you have new stores up and running, you depend upon the hedging mechanism. That's the only way you can run a volatile market. You can have your jewelry on, and you have your product on with the proper hedging mechanism. I don't think so. That shouldn't be a problem. It's the rest of it's all about your capex and in what kind of a size of store you open. But as far as the gold price volatility is concerned, I think a proper hedging mechanism will definitely help you open up new stores, and then wouldn't have any kind of a price disruption while doing the same.
Point taken. Ms. Padmanabhan, what's your sense on this? As a jewelry, as an industry, how are you looking at the patterns and sense of people buying? Is the heavy jewelry doing as well? Are people talking about making charges? Because that's a percentage of gold prices which has gone up by just too much in the last couple of weeks, perhaps.
Yeah. That's why recently, if you see, there has been a lot of discounts from the jewelers to attract the customers, because customers are paying a high price for gold. So people can afford to give a discount on the making charges, value additions. So we see business flourishing everywhere. See, India, we have a lot of marriages coming up. It's a big country. We are heavily populated. Gold has to go on. For every wedding, there is gold. So what my opinion is, people will buy, but they will buy according to the budgets. For the daughter's marriage, you'd have saved 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs. He will buy only for the 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs. So the weightage will come down. So we need to see how we are going to increase our weight. If I'm selling daily 100 grams of jewelry, I should maintain that 100 grams. So I need to attract more customers, more class of customers should join. So my designs has to be innovative. My advertising has to be innovative. So all this happens, definitely we can maintain our turnover in weightage, not in amount-wise, because amount-wise every year it's going to go up. But weightage is more important. Only then we can continue the same weight of quantity of workmanship with our workers. See, if I'm producing 3 kilos of gold, the workman is getting benefited. Suddenly, if the 3 kilos becomes 2 kilos, the workman will get affected. So that also we need to look into. But we are a fast growing economy. So we are very positive that business will be good, whatever the price is. Only thing, it has to stay at one level. If it is too much going up, means people can't accept it. So even 3,000, it's fine. Let it stay for some time. Definitely customers will come forward because their confidence will go up. Because as prices go up, their confidence also goes up. And now and then World Gold Council also very positive always, and it also adds to this benefit.
Oh, well, absolutely. I'm going to go to World Gold Council soon, but I have one more question for you, Mr. Padmanabhan, and that is that we're looking at 92,000 per 10 grams ad making charges to that. We are perhaps at ₹1,00,000 per 10 grams
Yes.
already. Is
Yeah.
this something that the buyer has been able to digest yet?
Yeah, that's very difficult for them. But see, one thing we are noticing is our monthly savings scheme, where customers save 10,000 rupees per month every month. This week, when they are coming for to renew their check, people are not buying only the jewelry, but they are not renewing their scheme. They are waiting for the prices to correct. So that immediate impact will be there. But otherwise, as time goes on, people have to adjust to the new prices, because I've been seeing prices right from 100 rupees per gram. There has been no stop at all. People have been buying at every level. People are buying, and it will continue. It will continue.
Oh, well, absolutely. If you remember, sovereign gold bond scheme that came in 2015, the gold prices were at 2,500. We are trading at 9,200 right now. So clearly a huge jump up there as well. This one is to you, Sachin. How are you looking at Indian investment buying now? ETFs, even as we've seen strong growth, but remember the base was low. So the overall AUM still stands at around 1.5% perhaps. So not in the overall scheme of things, it still is a very small number there. Gold bond scheme is done with, monetization scheme is done with now. So when you talk about financialization of gold in India, what's your sense going forward?
I think, Manisha, when you said, let's look forward and seeing what's coming. I think from my perspective, you mentioned about ETF, which has done really well. You're absolutely spot on. The base is low, but we believe it's at the cusp. It's a fantastic product in terms of regulated product. It's transparent. Every gram, every unit of ETF is backed by physical gold, which is phenomenal. And the way I see moving forward, and your first question to Dileep was around who's really buying. And I think our research says that a lot of the financial savvy young consumer is getting more and more inclined towards gold. We as an industry need to do better to get through to them with newer, fresher products, and you'll see a lot of these coming through. And getting gold being a little cool, you'll see all of those things coming in. But clearly, I think a lot of demand generation from a young consumer will happen on the financial side. And what we're also doing is that we are trying to bring the ETF financial world and the jewelry world closer. And we're trying to do a pilot very, very shortly, which is around a fungibility of the ETF into a jewelry store. So the intent is that we bring these two very diverse worlds a little closer. And I think a large sort of future projection will be coming from the younger audience. And that's what matters, because the large bet on the future of India towards Viksit Bharat is on the young India. And I believe that the financial sort of education is there. And with newer products, a lot of innovation coming in that area, it's going to get very, very exciting.
Dileep, what's your sense? What are you looking forward in 2025? And what are your strategies? As Sachin says, he's betting on younger generation here. What are you betting on?
Well, as a retailer, the segments definitely are mixed. I mean, yes, there is new generation which do buy a lot of 18-karat jewelry, and there is also the pent-up wedding demand for which the season is going to start. So, and yes, the investment bars are also on. So it's going to be a mix of buying pattern. But it's going to be very interesting. I mean, this year as compared to last year, because of the price rally, we would definitely see buying happening in dips. Okay, we might see a volatility in buying, but one thing is for sure, as Sachin mentioned, as Mr. Padmanabhan mentioned also, this year is definitely for gold. Kind of return it has given you the last year and a year before, for at least on an average. For the last 3 years, it's given a fantastic return, and that's going to continue. So the segments are going to be mixed. The retailers will definitely do well. It's about, as Mr. Padmanabhan rightly mentioned, it's all about getting in more clients to your stores. So how do you bring them in? How to do more awareness about gold? To speak more positive about gold, because that is giving you a lot of positive return.
Oh, clearly. And I take your point on the fact that 2025 is going to be very different from what 2024 was, given the way we are in sense of prices. And nobody really believes that the Trump tariffs turbulence is going to end anytime soon. We perhaps could be looking at it for the rest of the year as well, and that would keep the gold prices perhaps in headlines going forward. But I get your enthusiasm and optimism on this, that, well, yes, India is a gold buying country, and we could be looking at that throughout as and when prices stabilize even a bit. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining in with your sense on gold and the markets going forward. With that, it's a wrap on another edition of Commodity Champions. Many thanks for watching.